In the last tutorial, we learned that the record format generator has two interfaces, paint the screen and checkbox edits. We learned the two parts of fields, tags and data, and the difference between spaces, which make tags, and nulls, which make nothing. In this tutorial, we will paint a new screen from scratch. This new screen will be part of an entirely new job, and so I am going to use the job creation task of the Unibase environment. Choosing the job creation task creates a new, empty standard job, because the standard job is the container and collection point for all the metafiles associated with a job. Every standard job needs at least one record format, so in the spot reserved for the first record format, I'm going to put in a new record format. I'm going to call it tutorial. The record format in the first spot is always keyed first. But you must tell Unibase what record format comes after this one by using the link field. Since I'm only going to make the one record format, I'll put a 1 in this field, meaning just repeat this format over and over. Finally, since the record format doesn't exist yet, we need to hit the New button to create one. This opens up an empty record format named Tutorial. Even though it's open in the record format generator, it is not saved to disk yet, and I can't save it out either, because it has to have at least one real field, and by real field, the record format generator means one that is not tag only. Creating that field is easy. We'll give it a tag by simply typing it out. I'll call it field 1, and then give it data by typing out 5 underscores. Notice that the record format generator automatically turns the first underscore into a caret to represent the start of data. Now that we have a field, we can save it out. And that's it. We have a working standard job with a working record format. But while we're here, let me show you some of the features of Paint the Screen. If we want to make a second field next to the first, we can type spaces to reach the new spot, but it's definitely better to use the tab key, since spaces make new tags. The arrow keys will also work as you would expect. We can reach the next line by using the return key, and here I'm going to put a third field. But our record format looks rather abrupt, so I'm going to give it a header. Now we've reached our first gotcha. I can't hit enter to insert a new line because Paint the Screen assumes you want fields to stay where they are, and the enter key is too easy to hit. Lots of people will hit it by accident, so it doesn't move any fields. Instead, I can insert new lines with the Insert Line button here. To the right of Insert Line is its opposite, Remove Line, and to the right of that is a button that removes every field that is at least partly to the right of the cursor, called Remove Right. To the left of Insert Line is a button to center a line. I'm going to give this format a header and then center it. Note that the Center button centers an entire line, not just a single field. And just to demonstrate Remove Right, I'm going to use it to delete field 2, like so. The other way to move and delete fields is with cut and paste. Because Paint the Screen assumes that once you've placed a field, you want to keep it, cut and paste only works on whole fields. You've probably noticed that when I put a cursor on a field, the whole field turns blue. This means I can cut or copy the whole field, and when I paste it after the cut or copy, I get the whole field. You can even cut and paste across record formats. I'm going to demonstrate this using CCard again. I can cut multiple fields all at once by holding down the Control key on the keyboard and clicking on all the fields that I want to bring across, or I can use the lasso by holding down the left mouse button and dragging the lasso around all the fields I want to copy. After copying these fields to the clipboard, I can reopen our tutorial record format and paste them in from the clipboard. Did you see what just happened? I copied 3 fields onto the clipboard, but when I pasted, only 2 fields were put down. That's because the third field is a non-display field. You can toggle the viewing of non-display fields with the Show NDF button, and you can create non-display fields with the Enter NDF button. Non-display fields are not visible to the keyer, and they are useful places to stash data that isn't available to the keyer, but needs to be available in the final file. And what if you paste a field into the wrong spot and need to nudge it into the right position? Then you can use these two buttons here, Shift Left and Shift Right. They will move all the fields entirely to the right of the cursor, either left or right, without adding or removing any other text. These are the basic tools for painting the screen. I've butchered this record format enough, so when I show you some more advanced features for controlling the presentation to the keyer, we'll be starting over with an entirely new record format, and that happens in the next tutorial.